Hey YouTube. Yeah, it's been a long time, but I'm in Mallorca, and so we're living under the rule of you've got to stay in your house, which is normal for me. I'm practiced at this, as you can see my other videos. I'm used to this. So it's just normal for me, but it's weird. It's weird. It's like everybody who's in my place is living under a sense that fucking hell, the whole world's gonna fall apart. And I chat with my friends in other parts of the world, and they're just like everything's kind of normal. But for us, it feels the change. Like it's like the change. I wonder whether this is like the center of the storm. Like this is why I'm here. And so I feel really good. Like I'm like strangely elated. Like I've activated. Like I'm like super happy, and I'm like giving loads of love, and I'm making people laugh, and and that kind of thing in the street. It's a very very strange way to be living. But I totally get it. Like I know what's going on and what's happening and all those kind of things, and so I don't push it on people because people don't need to figure out their own truth, and so that's okay. But I know that like there's absolute change in the air. Like different laws now apply. Like the different rules now apply. Like last week was all about closing down borders and everything. Now let's just get some perspective here, okay? First of all, there's a lot of villagers who've got a bit panicky, because they can see that the borders are shut down, and so when you're out in the street walking the dog, people can look at you like a bit suspiciously, and it's like, dude, I'm just walking the dog, calm down. But people are a bit panicky, and I think, I think the reason why is because there's a sense that the complete rug could be pulled from under their feet, all their stability could go. So it's strange days. I feel good. I know that this is going to be a slow transition. We're now on lockdown, where you're supposed to stay in your house. You're only allowed to go out of your house to get provisions and go to work and walk the dogs. That's only what I do anyway. This is how I've been living for a long time. I'm practiced at this. But yeah, people are panicking, and they're told not to go outside by the government, which is absolutely correct if you live in Madrid. But bear in mind that we're in a mountain village on an island where nobody's coming here, and so yeah, you've got to be careful because someone might have brought it in the past few weeks, and so it might be there. But that doesn't mean to say that you should lock yourself away from society and eye people suspiciously. Just don't touch anyone, don't kiss anyone, right? Just don't touch anyone. So it's super good. So we're all okay here, and I don't even think it's going to get here anyway, because they're going to shut down the island imminently, and so it's not going to get in here. It's all in mainland Spain, which will spread, quite frankly. But we're a different thing here, and so it comes down to the economy's going to collapse. It already is. It's happening. That's what's going to happen this week. So the news last week was all the borders are closing. The news this week is all going to be about the quite rapid demise of the global economy. What does that mean? It says here on the BBC, what does it mean if the stock markets fail? I'm going to give a load of answers, but I think the answer that it means is that your money is worthless. Now, that's going to destabilize a lot of people, because a lot of people's entire life stability, is built on the principle of having that security of money, and they're not going to be able to have the perspective to realize that you don't need to worry about that. How can some crazy lunatic from here say, actually, I've been living for the past 3 years without money, and I've moved countries, I've traveled all over the world, I've always managed to magically make enough money to live. You have to walk in my shoes in order to truly believe that, but take my word for it. How can those levels of principles people accept those? They can't. They need the transition. So there's going to be panic, is when that stability gets whipped away. And so the question is, what can you do for your local economy? Because it's all going to come back to local economy. It's going to be great. People are going to work less, have more leisure time. The money will just pay for the bread and the cheese. It'll be fun. We'll have community. It'll be nice. So yeah, it's all going to be about local economy. like just being able to make money, and so there's ways of doing that. If you make money, what does that even mean? I'm not even sure what that means anymore, but it doesn't really seem to matter because I'm confident, I've got faith that everything's going to turn over peacefully, especially here in a mountain village in Mallorca. Panic is relative, and so when there was a panic on the supermarkets, the old ladies had big shopping carts, which meant that you were going to have to take like 40 minutes to check out, and bollocks to that, I'm not standing there for 40 minutes. So I went back later to buy my rice, my pasta. Yeah, but I'm super set, so I'm not concerned about any of those things. I think there'll always be food and everything will be fine up here. But yeah, like people will panic like when stability goes. And so like it comes down to the question of the day is what makes a man a man? And me being a woman, what makes me a man? And so I processed my shadow last year, and I went through processed my masculine side, and it's black as fuck, it's dark and horrible, and that's why I avoided it for so long in my life. When it comes down to it, like my black is capable of beating you into the ground, dude. I could beat you into the fucking ground. It's a horrible thing to have, really, a very powerful thing to have. And so the point is that what do you do with your power? If you're someone who's very, very abundant in terms of you can attract a lot of wealth, the higher level of that energy is to be the king, to turn it all and give it all away. Like, because now the rules apply that really, truly apply that whatever you give comes back to you threefold. So the new rule is giving. How are people going to be in a state of giving when they're in a relatively apocalyptic state? It's all going to come down to survival and actually going to take, but people will learn. And so I know what I can give by being that badass motherfucker. I can give people psychological security. Not necessarily really, it's not even really anything real, it's just a concept. But the old ladies I know around the village might sleep a little bit more comfortably knowing that I've got their back and I'll come to their house and beat up anybody who's outside their house. It's like it's never going to happen, but it's a gift I can give for free, and I know I can give it for free, and I can see, like, especially in like some single mothers around the village and the old ladies, that sense of relief that gets. Like, it's never going to happen, but it's a psychological thing in these days. It's psychological warfare. I've been living it for the past 2 years anyway, so I'm like super ready for this. For me, it's just another day in paradise. I just do the same thing, apart from there's no point in working anymore because my money's going to be imminently worthless. So like, fuck all that. The question is like, well, if you like, my landlord lives in Palma in the city, and he's not allowed out of his house only for business. So I could just not pay the rent. I could just say no, and I could literally, this could end up in martial law where I could just take this house. Like, what the fuck? Let's not go down that road. I might be moving though. I'm pretty confident that I'm moving. I've like packed up all my stuff, and I was real estate prospecting before the virus broke out, because I wanted to go and get a garden. I wanted to have a garden and a fireplace, you know. So I found some nice little fincas and some little country houses around the village. So I am moving imminently anyway. But in the meantime, I could just stand here for as long as I like. What are you going to do, pal? Are you going to come throw me out your house? It's like pandemic time. I could just not. Anyway. So, and exciting games. Yeah, but we're super fine down here. Anyway, I'm going to post this video anyway because it's been a while, and I might just hashtag it coronavirus because I'm living in the coronavirus zone, but I'm not. I'm living in the coronavirus country, so the coronavirus country laws apply to me, but there's no fucking way it's anywhere near my mountain village in Mallorca. You know, there's a reason why I was brought here, and the reason why I'm here is I'm going to make these people feel a sense of comfort as they transition, because now thoughts really do make reality. And so I can alleviate a few fears by never having to really show my black. I don't think I'm ever going to have to show it, but like, you know, anyway, superhero chat. Yeah, I love you all very much. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.